I would love to hear a story of a successful client, or how did you create that transformation for someone and what happened in their life because of that. I'd love to hear that.
Sure. So I was working with one individual, and she was a senior biotech researcher, and she started to feel very overwhelmed in her career, thought maybe even leaving the field entirely was the best option. She felt, and she was a mom, and she felt she was missing out on some of her children's events, and she didn't feel a lot of connection to what she was doing. So what we did was we worked together to find, okay, what are the daily boundaries that she wants to put into place, between her career, between her family life. The other thing that we did was we went through value audits in her decision making within her career, right? When she had a big important decision to make, she wanted to see, okay, how does this align or not align with my core values? And the other aspect that we focused on was creating more time, more flexibility around both her career and her personal life. So she needed to show for herself, but also, for her leader in her team, these productivity gains in her focused work. So she started to measure productivity gains with focused work, and she shared them with her leader. And through that, she was able to ask for, and she was always able to ask for it, but she felt that she was able to ask for a more flexible work schedule. And so she was granted it, still was, on the top of her game in what she was doing in her group, in her department. And then she also decided to ask for, or she was more strategic in delegating. So delegating to her team members, areas that she didn't have to be involved in as much anymore compared to where she started. So also she was able to reduce meeting times through strategic delegation. And she realized, hey, I might have been working on this when I started in this group, but I no longer need to be a part of this. So through that, and then we also created for her, and what was important to her, these sacred family time blocks, right? So it was, this is the time I'm going to spend with my family, and I'm not going to be looking at my work phone or whatever the case may be. And after working together for 6 months, she started to talk about how she felt she had more life satisfaction, and she didn't feel like her productivity in her work was decreasing. She was getting a lot of positive feedback, and she was even eventually promoted. And the beautiful part about this, because it's a full circle moment, is that when she was promoted and had a team underneath her, she was able to implement not just family-friendly policies, because not everybody has a family, but like core value policies. What's your core values, and how can we implement this into our policies for each individual personally?
Yeah, I love that. That's so great because, again, a lot of mindfulness stuff can feel so disconnected, but if you can really bring it into tactics and implement it, there can be so many great results out of that. So,
Yeah.
what's one of your favorite mindfulness tools that you suggest to extremely busy, high earning individuals, and especially moms and women?
So I have 3 that I like to share. There's the 3 breath reset. So anytime you're switching between tasks, or even, switching between work mode and home mode, what I would do is recommend take 3 deep breaths and just allow it to be a place where you can get rid of any mental residue and set your intentions for the next stage in whatever you're doing. Again, transitioning from work to home or going from one project to the next. The other one that I do every morning that I really recommend is this value meditation. So in the morning, just for 5 minutes, start to align your daily priorities, and those can change every day, as you know. How do these align with my core values? And it really just makes you feel like, okay, I'm doing this for a purpose. I'm not just doing this to get through the day or go through the motions. And the last one is just a body intelligence check. So if you have to make an important decision, and I mentioned this briefly before, just kind of going through a body scan, even just closing your eyes and going through kind of each part of your body. What am I feeling in my body? Is there resistance? Is there alignment? And why or why not? And it just gives you these 3 quick opportunities to have those micro mindfulness moments and put you at ease into whatever, next stage you're going into.